Hi, I'm Vince Galante. I'm here to introduce you to our two Easter Jeep Safari concepts for 2024. I think for me, one of the things that's so special about Wrangler is just how accessible it is to people from all different walks of life. Whether they're the adventurous outdoor person or they're the kind of city person, I think the Wrangler kind of has something for everybody. And these two concepts, we really explored the contrast that we could get from really starting with the same vehicle, which was a four-door Wrangler. So you'll see here the red car behind me is painted in this fiery red color. It's got a 392 V8 and giant wide tires, but no lift, sitting low for what it is. And then here on my left, it's in this radioactive green color. It's got a subtle lift, a tall skinny tire, and kind of a retro vibe about it.
Hey guys, my name is Chris Piscatelli and I'll be taking you through some of the details on our Willys dispatcher concept. So starting from the front back, what you'll notice is the vibes, the retro vibes. We really wanted that 50s, late 40s, early 50s Americana. And honestly, it started with this winch. So it's a worn winch that's actually new, but evokes some of the spirit and really the looks of their old school winches. I love that thing, it's a beast. So as you move back, some of the early Willys flat fenders had the embossed Willys in the hood. Again, a detail that we totally loved and really wanted to play up in this vehicle. This is a 4xe, so again, really kind of playing up that retro versus future, both in the powertrain, the capability, and just the idea of the whole car, really just a mix of the two. On the interior, there's a lot of fun details. So we went with a distressed leather and a houndstooth mix to really kind of get to some of those cool old vibes. And as I have a habit of doing on all these builds, I knocked off the headrest to give some of that low back bucket seat action. Here we are at the back of the vehicle. When I think about flat fenders, honestly, they remind me of a riding lawnmower for the streets and for the rocks. And one of the things that always evokes that is the tires. So we wanted to play that up on this one, and it's riding on 36-inch super tractions. So that super tall, super skinny vibe, along with the old Steely style wheels. Again, just that retro vibe that I really love. In the bottom, you'll see we replaced the bumper with a kind of flat, kind of C-channel style bumper with some great hooks. And really, just the whole vibe of it really just kind of sings about retro, but again, kind of a play with the retro and future between the powertrain and the actual looks. Hey guys, my name's Chris Piscatelli and I'm gonna run you through the lowdown concept. The idea here was that by keeping the center of gravity low and by running no lift, but by doing some creative clearancing, we could run something like these 42s and really kind of increase our approach, departure, breakover, all of that, again, while hunkering down, that's the name. So some of the details on this include the custom hood, which has got a clear center power dome with the holes cut in it, so you can see the 392. The hood is carbon, as are the high flares. Again, with keeping it at a stock height, but going with so big with the tires, we had to do some creative work to kind of keep the flares high and out of the way. The tires are 42-inch Michelin crawlers with some 20-inch bead locks, and the axles are Dana 60s front and rear. So moving back, we custom coated the car in what we call poison apple red. It takes some of the spirit from some of the 60s race cars, which is why there's kind of the white stripe and some of the other kind of racy details. On the interior, you'll see some of the cool things that we got going on is the custom soft top with the red translucent material that kind of casts the whole thing kind of an evil glow. And then what you won't see that's not there is the radio. So the engine's all the noise and entertainment you need. So we got rid of the radio and put a custom radio delete dash in there. Seats are inspired by the race car vibe as well. Some of the early 60s Trans Ams and Le Mans cars. You get some of that corduroy and grommets. Again, kind of just that spirit of early race cars. As we move back, again, you see kind of the clearance flares. For those of you familiar with Jeeps, we love LJs, and so we took the door handles off of the outside of this so that it kind of has that early kind of TJ, LJ elongated feel to it. Let me show you some details around the back. I talked about approach and departure angle, so you can see that both in the front and the back, we really kind of shortened up the bumpers, kind of these stubby steel bumpers with tow hooks. Even the tailgate we've cleaned up, and in lieu of a spare tire here, we've got the old kind of Jeep logo. Really kind of tightens up the whole rear end of the car, and again, kind of evokes that hot rod spirit.
I am Matt Hilburn, Design Manager for Mopar. With me here is the Jeep Gladiator high top concept for the 58th annual Easter Jeep Safari. Starting out on the front, you'll see a custom front bumper sporting a worn winch. We have a massive set of 40-inch tires with some 18-inch beadlock wheels. The color is what we're calling ginger snap. It's kind of a heritage color, kind of going back to the old J10s. You'll see a retro-inspired set of two-tone graphics with the Rubicon logo. Moving down the side of the vehicle, you'll see we actually have our half doors on this vehicle and a set of rock slider power steps. Really cool, helping ingress, egress to the vehicle. Moving to the interior, we have an awesome set of leather seat covers by Aaliyah. We worked with the design on these, has our JPP logo embossed right there in the back. Beautiful quilted pattern on these seats. Nice color contrast to the exterior as well. Moving down the side of the vehicle to clear these massive 40-inch tires, we have our JPP steel flat fender kit. And as we move around the back, you'll notice we also have a decked in-bed storage system to carry all your trail gear or whatever you might need to carry on your trip. And one more really cool thing about this build. This truck rides on air suspension that you can control with your smartphone. And that about sums up all the key details of the Jeep high top concept. Hi, I'm Matt Hilburn. I'm Design Manager for Mopar, and with me here is the 2024 Jeep Vacationeer concept for the 58th annual Easter Jeep Safari. Starting at the front of the vehicle here, some of the first thing you're going to notice is the unique front fascia where we have an integrated winch and laser-powered fog lamps. Moving on from that, the next thing is this bright pearlescent mint color that we call spearminted. We accent this color with white roof, mirror, wheels, and we feel like this color combination really honors the heritage of Jeep and Wagoneer brands while capturing the spirit of the old-fashioned family road trip. This vehicle rides on a set of 35-inch mud terrain tires and 18-inch wheels. That combo gives the vehicle about 1.5 inches of natural lift. We've also increased the wheel opening and added these body color flare extensions. Moving on from there is something that I'm sure all of you have already noticed, and that would be the wood grain stripe that runs the full length of the vehicle. This is actually a 3-dimensional textured stripe. It just really brings back that nostalgia for the Wagoneer brand. Moving on to the interior of this build, we've collaborated with renowned fashion designer Kyle James Patrick to develop a unique textile pattern for the insert to these seats. It's a really cool nod to Jeeps of the past. It has little Easter eggs all through it. It's awesome. It's pretty exciting. Really ties in the exterior theme and the warm tones of the interior, and it's just a really cozy atmosphere. Moving along the side of the vehicle, you'll notice up top we have a carbon fiber Redtail Skyloft pop-up tent. It's a really cool unit where we've actually carried some of the interior textile details up into the bedding and pillows, etc. Makes a really cool vibe up there in the tent. So that about sums up some of the key details for the Jeep Vacationeer concept for this year's Easter Jeep Safari.